Well, we're very happy to be here today to unveil what is now ABCT's 64th memorial. And just in case you're not aware of this, we were at Fort George only yesterday to unveil a memorial similar to this one to the seaplane base there, dating from before World War I. As regards the airfield itself, now a lot of you will know the history, but in a way the airfield owes a debt to its predecessor, Delney House, along the road here past Invergordon near Barberville. This that airfield dated back to World War I, and it was used for naval aircraft disembarking from early aircraft carriers. There's a bit of an uncertainty about the opening date, but we do know that Delney was still active in 1921, according to various mass media reports. It was a good airfield, but it was a bit on the small side. So the following year, 1922, Navarre, as Evanton was then called, was opened as a replacement for Delney. And various disembarked mainly Fleet Air Arm aircraft, although bear in mind they did operate under the auspices of the Royal Air Force at the time. They came here from the carriers based around Invergordon. The big change though was in 1937, when it was decided to create an armament training camp here. And aside from the fact that Navarre became renamed Evanton, a lot more buildings were erected, so the immediate standout was this hangar here, an F shed, which is fairly common design, and then other hangars emerged over time. There was mixed naval and RAF use, and then the main school that was here underwent various name changes between the late 1930s and when it disbanded in 1944. It retained the number 8, but by the summer of 1941 it became known as number 8 Air Gunners School. And there were numerous aircraft types based here, some well known even today, some well known in the past, maybe forgotten now. But they included aircraft such as the Fairey Battle, Hanley Page Harrow, Blackburn Botha, that was a notorious aircraft type in World War II, but it gave good service. Westland Lysander, Miles Martinet, all well-known aircraft of the day. And Evanton gave excellent service training these air gunners, especially from the start of World War II until the unit disbanded in the summer of 1944. There was another main change after that, because as you'll be aware, Evanton then transferred back to the Fleet Air Arm and became known as HMS Fieldfare. And this was used for Royal Navy use until the turn of 1947, 1948. In the first half of 1948, HMS Fieldfare was, as the Navy described it, paid off, which was a naval euphemism for being closed. But having carried out enormous research into airfield opening and closing dates, really tricky subject to research. Although Evanton was in care and maintenance, it still carried on as an airfield, both for flying and storage use. For example, the flying school that was at Dalcross in the early 1950s used Evanton as a relief landing ground. There was engine storage as well, and as a lot of you will be aware, there were the famous or infamous spy balloons that the Americans used in the early part of 1956. That was as part of Operation Genetrix. They were officially meteorological research balloons, but in reality they were carrying spy cameras to spy upon the Russians. So a large number of balloons, I think I'm right in saying there were 188 balloons, were launched from Evanton, as well as other airfields, even places like Greenland, over to the Eastern Bloc. The airfield finally closed down. Now we've managed to trace this closing date. It was 1956, according to Royal Navy records. Then the land was sold off, but it's still very tangible today, as we see. And Evanton, never mind its tremendous military service, is providing superb social services for the community and further afield, jobs, facilities and services. And this is partly what it's all about with our airfields, whether active or disused. We have as is generally acknowledged, pretty much the best airfields in the world, historically, in terms of achievement, social service and so on. But until just very recently, they just weren't really given the respect they properly deserved, and not forgetting all the personnel who served here. But since ABCT has come on stream in 2006, we are now, along with other elements of course, providing a tremendous service and trying to honour, save and protect our airfields. How ABCT works incidentally, we not only erect commemorative memorials, but we also try and help save airfields in various ways, and then being a charity goes without saying it's all about helping people. We even saved some jobs last year in England, for example. Therefore it's fair to say we're making a real difference for the betterment of society, as it should be for all of us, trying to make the world a better place. And therefore we are very happy to be here to enjoy this world. Special thanks as well to Highland League for all their efforts in enabling this, and I must also thank John Grove, our research assistant, who very kindly came in my absence when I wasn't too well last year to help start arrange this memorial. Essentially we were trying to get the memorial at the end of last year, but I suddenly fell ill, so John very kindly came in my absence, and we've been moving as fast as we can to get this memorial. So thanks very much, John, I appreciate your help. And therefore, thank you very much for your time, and we are therefore absolutely delighted to be unveiling, as I say, what is now ABCT's 64th memorial. We've got hundreds more planned in years to come. In this case, to yet another of Britain's top physical assets, in this case, Evanton Airfield. Thank you all very much.
Just to say thank you very much for doing this. I think it's brilliant to have this recognition for Navarre, for Evanton. I have lots of happy memories from Invergordon days, and the idea that Delny was the predecessor to this is fascinating. Yes, because it's a tiny field. I don't think they use it at all now, do they? No, just the light aircraft.
No, that hasn't been used since 1921.
Officially?
At all, as far as I gather.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Anyway, it's brilliant to have this recognition, and thank you very, very much for what you're doing, because I think it's very important to get it on the map. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
More, I have copies of the booklet that was produced at the end, or you can find them in the local library. But it was a fantastic project, just showing what people getting together can, with memories, with aerial photos, with walking around, and how you could reconstruct an airfield with the people and the places. Thanks.
If I just quickly add, do indeed support this project. We have been aware of your project for quite a long while, and they are doing a tremendous job in recording the airfield through the recognising the structures, hangars and everything. I can even remember incidentally, if I just say that you'll remember this, there was a pillbox down at the shore that used to have the dummy roof.
The dummy roof is still there.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah,
it's on the ground.
It's on the ground.
Was that just maybe the weather? Or?
Well, the dummy roof we think is later actually. Just looking at the aerial photos.
Yes.
But yes, it seems to be. But you can still see below where the dummy roof was, you can still see the gun emplacement. One of the rare survivals of having that there.
There is the most fascinating assortment of aircraft hangars here. If you go around, I suppose the other standout in a way is the hangar that's now used by Blythswood Care.
The only one you can get inside. You can actually get inside one of the hangars, so yes.
I believe that is only one of two hangars, certainly in Scotland. The other one is at Crail, which incidentally is one of Britain's, certainly Scotland's one of Scotland's best preserved disused airfields. That's the other one in Scotland anyhow, but it is, a lot of hangars have gone, but it is still fairly well preserved for a disused airfield.